Today we are making the pound for pound best meal in the world. It's a meal that if you pay even half-ass attention to, you're still gonna make the greatest meal in the history of mankind. It's so easy even a cave brats can do it. It's affordable, it doesn't take forever to make, and you don't need one of those expensive barbecues or smokers that's gonna cost you an arm and a dick. See, we've made a bunch of cooking videos in the past, and the only one that tasted amazing was our beer can chicken recipe. But this recipe is not only easier to make, but it's even more delicious. There's just a couple of rules you need to follow for this recipe. And there's two things I know.
Give me two.
See, we're going out later. There's two things you gotta know when you get to my age. You gotta make your food and have sex before you go out, because they're not happening after. Not anymore. Not at my age. 29. So today we're gonna talk about the first part of getting older. And this ain't clickbait. You saw the hangover cure in the title, so that's what we're giving you. Oh yeah, hangovers? You wanna hear about some hangovers?
How much time you got, buddy?
See, hangovers are on a scale. A 1 through 10 scale. 1 out of 10 to 3 out of 10s means you still can go to work and operate the next day. You might have had a few Coors Lights the night before, but you were a good boy. 4 out of 10 to 7 out of 10, well, that could be some dangerous waters. It's 50-50 whether you're gonna make it to work on time. There's a good chance you're gonna try to call out sick in the morning, but your boss isn't gonna buy it, neither will any of your coworkers. Your best course of action is just to show up to work and don't make eye contact with anybody, let alone talk. Just marinate in shame that day. You deserve it. But the 10 out of 10 hangover, well, this is your worst nightmare. This is when you wake up at noon on a Tuesday and can't find your phone. You are 99% dead. You can't even stand up in the shower and your drain's clogged, so you're just sitting in your own piss. Everybody hates you. Even Tom doesn't want to be on your MySpace top 8 anymore. You finally see your phone in the front yard, only to see you bought a bunch of weird stuff on Amazon. But I live for the 10 out of 10 hangover. Because I'm a different breed. You'll never meet somebody else like me because there's only one of me. I'm the only person on planet Earth that can drink 50 IPAs and rip through a pound of nose nachos and be able to perform at 100% the next day. But don't feel bad. Not everybody is special. Some people are born with special powers, but some people like me, well, we've been training our whole lives for these moments. The trick is just to run 10 8-minute miles right when you wake up, and then jump on the Stairmaster for an hour, and then do 100 push-ups without taking a break. And mark my word, then you'll be good to go. If I did do all that stuff, I'd be looking like this right now. Now, I know you can't do that, but I can teach you how to make delicious brats that will subtract 3 notches from your hangover. This can turn a 5 out of 10 into a 2. Now let's make some brats. It is raining cats and dogs, so it's a perfect day for these. And first step, we need some beer. Now, does cooking with beer really make the recipe better?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Damn straight. There's a lot of good beers out there. There's actually a lot of bad beers out there too. But go with something light, like Yingling. Just don't use IPAs. IPAs are expensive and you don't want your food tasting bitter. Save your IPAs for the stream on Wednesday nights. Step 2, head over to my merch store and spend a month's salary on t-shirts. All the proceeds go to the families that survived the Y2K crisis. Step 3, we're gonna need some brats. It's the one that says beer brats on the label. And as for the onions, get anything big and white. Just stay away from the red. And as for the bread, you really can't go wrong, but I like the French rolls. And I've been in Knoxville for a year now and I finally made some friends. This is the Barrage Garrett. He's on that Mitchell Guzin vibe. Go on over to his Instagram and tell him to make more videos with me. Thumbs up this video if you've ever seen Airborne, or if you've ever had a 10 out of 10 hangover. And this is the Barrage Kevin, my first friend who's got a PhD. And this Barrage is a doctor, like a real doctor. Not a hangover doctor like me, or the doctor of love like you. He's never seen a Homebrew for Life video before, and something tells me this is going to be his last after watching this. Okay, so first things first, let's mix some butter and oil together on low heat. Life is way too short not to eyeball these things. Cut up the onion any which way you know how. There's really no right or wrong. Dice it up, slices, it's your call. Now let's get our brats on here just for maybe a minute or two, just to touch them up with some color and texture. If you cook them too long, they'll bust open, so keep an eye on them. Now toss in your onions with your sausages. Now in a medium pot, let's get 24 ounces of beer going. Okay, maybe 3 beers, and bring it to a medium heat. Now for the poor man's sweet and sour sauce. Hit it with a dash of the cheapest maple syrup you can find, and then hit it with a splash of apple cider vinegar. Now bring your brats over to your pot, but leave your onions. Cooking veggies with beer is gross. Only cook your meat, and let these chill on medium for 12 or 13 minutes, so it cooks perfectly. Now while this is going, let's cut up our bread, and heat it up in the oven, but don't toast it. 5 minutes tops. When your bread is done, everything is done. The last step's the most important step. You gotta show the beer brats who's boss.
We'll do it for Johnny.
Congratulations on taking control of your hangover. You can now go back to X Hamster.